Hey guys, Tyler from North Mountain Knives here. I'm a little bit under the gun for this video because today's Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday, which is when I post my videos, and obviously I don't have a video because I've been on vacation for a week. So, here's what I'm going to say. If you have any questions, please comment them on this video, send them to me. You can message me. You can email. You can contact me from my website. You can message me on Instagram, North Mountain Knives, Facebook, North Mountain Knives. You can email me, northmountainKnives@gmail.com. If you have any questions that you would like to see answered in the video, please do not hesitate to send them to me. It would help greatly for days like today, where I've already filmed like 5 videos and then been kind of like, these videos kind of suck. So, I delete them and move on and try to figure out something else. And here I am, trying to figure out what to do for a video. But what I'm going to do for this video is answer a question that I feel like is one that gets asked a lot on like the Facebook groups and stuff. And that's kind of, what do I need to do to get started? And the first thing I'll tell you is do your own research. Don't run to a Facebook group and say, what do I need to do to get started? If you Google, what do I need to do to get started to make knives, you're going to find more resources than you could possibly imagine. If you go to YouTube and type in beginner knife maker, you'll get, I can't even tell you, lots of videos by a lot of really great people. Walter Sorrells has a lot of. Walter Sorrells is one of the first guys that I watched, and I still go back and reference some of his videos today. So just do a quick Google search, go to YouTube. You can learn how to make knives a bunch of different ways. My first knives that I made, I bought a piece of steel from Amazon. I used a hacksaw to cut out a rough shape, and then I used files, regular files, to do all the rest of the work. And I heat treated it with a Bernzomatic TS8000. And actually, my very first knife I heat treated with a hair dryer and a pile of coal in some bricks. But then I made a little coffee can forge with that torch, was heat treating with that. So you can get started really cheaply if you're willing to put in the work. Now, it's a lot of work to file out a knife like that. Is a lot of work. But you can get started really cheaply if you don't have a lot of tools. If you have more tools, if you have some kind of, a lot of people have little hobby 1x30 belt grinders or belt sanders, 1" by 30" belts. You can go on to most belt supplies, which you can just type in knife making abrasives, and you'll get Phoenix abrasives. You'll get combat abrasives. You'll get preferred abrasives. You'll get red label abrasives. You'll get all kinds of people. Most of them sell 1x30 belts in it's like ceramic 60 grit or even 36 grit for those little 1x30 sanders, and you can use those to make a knife. A lot of people make great knives on those little things, man. It's a good way to get started if you already have one, or if you want to pick up a sander cheap so you're not filing. Those things are like 70 or 80 bucks at Harbor Freight. You'll need a way to make holes in your handle, some kind of drill. You'll need a way to remove metal, whether that's with files, with some kind of sander or grinder, or whatever. You'll need some kind of epoxy. I use Bob Smith Industries 15-minute. You can get all kinds of stuff. And some people use even JB Weld. Some people use Gorilla Glue. You can use all kinds of stuff when you're getting started. You know what I mean? And you'll need sandpaper. You can start out just going down to your hardware store. That's how my first sandpaper was, all hardware store sandpaper. you get more into it, you can get folders of Indasa Rhino Wet. If you go to some, I think Texas Farrier Supply sells Rhino Wet by the sheet for like 50 cents a sheet or something. So if you want to check that out, you can. But if you want to get started in making knives, you can do it. You can do it on most budgets. But it's going to take, the less money you have, the more time investment and work investment you're looking at. But I cannot stress enough, like, do your own research. There's all kinds of books. $50 Knife Shop is one that's a little dated at this point, but still a good resource for some stuff. YouTube is probably going to be one of your best bets. Do not go into YouTube thinking that guy made a knife in 15 minutes, so can I. Like, that's not going to happen. It takes a lot longer. There's a lot of editing that goes into those videos. So, but do your own research to get started. When you have when you've done enough research to have intelligent questions, then reach out on your Facebook groups, then message makers that you follow, then ask, why can't I do this? Why do I do it this way? Hey, I'm stuck on this step. What do I do? But really, just go to YouTube. Just go to YouTube. There are websites. There's one that's like DC Knives, I think is the website. But it has hundreds of knife templates that you can print off and trace on. If you have trouble designing your own knives, there are a ton of resources out there. Just go use them. And I don't mean this in a condescending way. I'm just telling you, like, as from my experience and from what I see on all the knife making groups I'm a member of, which, I'm a member of a lot of knife making groups. There's a lot of frustration usually with people that seeing the same questions. I know that it's your first time asking, what do I need to do to get started? Hey, I've got a budget of $500. How do I get started? Hey, I've got a budget of $100. Can I make knives? Like, it might be your first time asking that question, but those guys have seen those questions thousands of times. So just do a little quick Googling and you can figure it out. And you too can make knives. If I can, you can. So we'll leave it at that. Again, I would appreciate it if you have any questions, if you have any ideas for videos, please reach out to me. Comment below, message me on another platform, whatever you want to do. Thanks for your time. Have a good evening.